What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and today we're going to take that time machine and we're going to look to see what was selling well back in April of 2020. And you might want to ask yourself, Liz, why in the heck would we want to do that? Well, truth be told, the reason we want to do that is we want to see which books in KDP were selling well a year ago, because chances are they're going to continue to sell this year and many years to come. So today we're going to cover the good old month of April, which has a fantastic holiday known as Easter. So the Easter Bunny is coming early for some of you. For the rest of you that don't really give a crap, well, I'm sorry, but the rest of us are super excited that we're going to take a walk back in time and figure out what we're going to sell well this year and in the future on every single April. So I'm super fired up. I hope you're fired up. Let's go in and do this. All right, guys and girls, so the Easter Bunny has come early for some of us, as I said earlier, and we're gonna use my absolute favorite tool to do this exercise, and that tool is Helium 10, and we're gonna use inside of Helium 10 none other than this tool called Black Box, which does the Amazon product research. So there's some very specific criteria that we're gonna need to put here, and for those of you that are brand new and have never seen one of these video series, let's talk about that criteria and why it's important. We're obviously gonna look in the category of books. However, you can do this in any single category you want, regardless of how you sell on Amazon. We're gonna take a look at books, and we're gonna take a look at March 2020, which is March of last year. Chances are, since things sold well in March of 2020, they will sell well in every single March. So if you want to look at any other month, go right ahead and be my guest and change that. And then the last thing that we sometimes change, however, first run here, we're just going to take a general broad search and overall look at the book's niche as a whole, but we can sometimes narrow it down by putting a title keyword search. So in a minute, we will pop Easter in there, and we'll pop up anything else that's interesting that comes up or comes to mind. We might even put a couple different niches or types of books in here, and we'll see what pops up. So that's what we're gonna put. We're gonna put all that, and we're gonna put here, I made a mistake, it's not March. We've already done March in the past. We're gonna go 2020, and we're gonna look at April of 2020, and then we're gonna hit the search button. And then one final thing we wanna do once we get that data back, and that is right here, we wanna make sure that these are sorted by monthly revenue. We want the highest revenue up at the top. That way we can see what was the top dog in all the books. And let's see who that was. Magnolia Table. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Maybe somebody could help me figure out what the hell that is. I guess it's some kind of a recipe book, but look at what was up here at the top last year with over 52,000. That's largely due to COVID. And that's the My First Learn to Write workbook by, I believe this was Crystal Radke. That was obviously fire last year, as was Grumpy Monkey, as was Paint by Sticker, as was anything that keeps your child occupied so you don't have to give them any attention, right? That's exactly what was hot last March. Sight Word Readers Parent Book, Learning the 51st Sight Words. The Bible Made Easy for Kids. So a lot of books for kids. And again, that's largely due because we all wanted to keep our children occupied. That way we didn't have to give them that much attention during COVID last year. Did I say that fast enough? All right. I hope that entertained some of you. Okay, we also have the Live and Light, the 5-minute devotions for teen girls that did pretty well. A lot of things related to kids or teens and just keeping them occupied. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Here we have Brain Quest. And obviously we're going to see our good mix of novels that are mixed into here. Here we have the first one that it looks like for adults. 100 Amazing Patterns, an adult coloring book with fun, easy, and relaxing coloring pages, also known as the mandala pages, or my favorite type of page to never color. And I can't imagine who likes to cover these. I guess people that have bad anxiety, so I can't blame them. This is also a fantastic book, and I usually try to make this a family channel, but this is NSFW, warning ahead. This is fucking adorable. Cute critters with foul mouths. They sound a lot like me, right? Who else thinks those sound like me? Obviously, I'm raising my hand. This one did extremely well because, again, we were all just cursing the gods for having us stuck in the apartment, and it seems like we're still doing that right now. Awesome Science Experiments. Once again, anything to keep those kids occupied. A lot of children's books are actually at the top of the chart. And it's no wonder why every celebrity and their mother is coming out with a children's book. This one here is the Big Book of Reading Comprehension Activities for Grade 2 and Engineering Activities. Create this book. This is a fantastic one, made over $16,000. It's nothing more than a blank book where you can draw whatever your heart desires onto these blank pages. So this is awesome. This is the first Create This Book type book I've ever seen. I've seen the comic book pages, but this one's pretty amazing. Let's see what else we see. More brain quests, more novels, more reading comprehension for kids. Obviously, parents trying to keep their kids occupied and learning. And the Jesus Loves Me songbook, also trying to keep their children educated on religion and such. So parents are trying to do the best they could back in March. More paint by stickers, more mazes and challenges for kids, more brain quests. And here is a Brain Games sticker by number with some butterflies. Every girl and their mother loves butterflies. If you don't like butterflies and you're a girl out there, post below, and I might not get any replies since this is a sausage fest and there's hardly even any girls watching this. So that's a fantastic thing. Here's another Create This book. This one, volume 2, did over $12,000 in revenue. So always a good one, as well as Scissor Skills, which was a big winner specifically during COVID. Let's look at one more page of books and then we'll pop into the Easter section and see what was hot, what was rocking, what was rolling in the Easter section. And we'll see the Easter Bunny books that did extremely well. Here's a kindergarten workbook. Here's a bear book. Here's another drinking animals coloring book. Who doesn't love drinking animals? I don't know anybody in the world that doesn't like these guys. They're funny critters and they're also drunk, which that's the best, right? And let's see what else we've got here. We've got this Bob Books set 3. That Bob Books always crushes it. I have no idea what it even is, but that's it for these top overall broad themes. So nothing really much to see. I didn't see many Easter books, but I think people were focused on something more important, which was COVID and being trapped in their house. If we search Easter, let's see what actually pops up. And I accidentally put Easter in the wrong section, and then I stood there dumbfounded trying to figure out what in the hell did I just do. But there we go. Now we're off to the races. We've seen the monthly revenue is a bit less for the Easter books than it was in March, and that's primarily because most people were buying these Easter books in March, and then April is Easter, so they only had days to purchase these. How to Catch the Easter Bunny is leading the charts, as well as Peak a Flap Hop, a children's flat book, 5-minute Easter stories, and a little golden book, the kind of books that I used to read because I was born back in the when. And then the bedtime stories books, Jesus Calling. We already talked about Jesus books during Easter. They're extremely hot. The Easter Story and Paw Patrol. Here's the first Would You Rather Easter book. Now, we've talked about how these are extremely important, yet I have no idea what they even are. And again, another God Gave Us Easter, as well as one of these books by Highlights, which is what I used to read as a kid along with the golden books, and those are doing extremely well. Here is a first activity book that I've actually seen. This is the Easter activity book for kids ages 6 to 12, so it's very specific about what age group it is, and it tells you what it includes. Mazes, word search, Sudoku, drawing, dot-to-dot picture puzzles, and coloring. So it's a whole assortment of things for a kid to do, and again, Easter gift from Jesus. So if you haven't created any Easter books, or you are looking to, in the future, having Jesus involved in those books seems to be a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We also got the Berenstein Bears and the Laugh Challenge. So these Laugh Challenge books are pretty popular for no matter what holiday. This one just happens to be for Easter, and it's an Easter Laugh Challenge joke book. Here we also have an Easter egg adult coloring book. So this is pretty interesting. It's another book with a hidden agenda called freaking mandalas. Those damn mandalas, they'll get you in anything. They're even in Easter eggs, for crying out loud. So they've taken over the world pretty much. Here we have the Tooth Fairy versus the Easter Bunny. I think this one's quite entertaining. This one's quite cool. It looks very interesting, and it did extremely well. It made $554. Not a heck of a lot. It seems like chicken scratch, but remember, these are April numbers, which means in March, they probably did a ton of money. So Berenstein Bears, again, they wouldn't bring out 2 Berenstein Bears Easter books if the first one wasn't making money. Here we have the Very Hungry Caterpillars Easter Colors and an Easter Basket Mad Libs. And I kind of talked about how we get around to doing some of these. One of the viewers mentioned that they did one of these that did extremely well. So congratulations. And we also had a lot of people. So this is where I want to remind people. For Valentine's Day, there was a lot of people that did anti-Valentine's Day books. Do anti-Easter books. Who's to say that somebody out there does not dislike the Easter bunny? I mean, come on. There's a lot of people out there that don't like bunnies. A lot of people eat bunnies. So be thinking about the anti-Easter books, anti-St. Patrick's Day books, things of that nature, anti-St. Patrick's Day shirts, as well as Easter shirts. Here we have some more anti-try not to laugh, not anti, I'm still stuck on anti, the try not to laugh challenge. Included in this is a dog with an Easter bunny outfit. And then here we have the Would You Rather Easter book. And then lastly, an Easter coloring book for kids. So again, coloring books do extremely well, as do other things like Happy Easter Scissor Skills. And we talked about having scissor skills for any holiday. That should work really well. And again, more activity books, which I'm not surprised. And Would you rather, this time with, it looks like to be a French Bulldog. And I'm not sure if that was a French Bulldog. It looked like one. We got some more I Spy. And then He Has Risen, the Bible verse adult coloring book. Obviously just in time for Easter. And again, this mentions nothing about Easter in the title, but we can clearly assume that when it's Easter, people are going to talk a lot about the Bible and they're going to talk a lot about Jesus. So things like that will sell. Here's a first Easter book for kids. And again, Jesus just all over the place because this is largely a holiday about Jesus. Here's Santa Claus versus the Easter Bunny. What better way to make some money than putting these two head to head? But after that, it slows down and there's not really much making money. Again, that could be because we are, again, in April and things have slowed down, or it could just be that is because we're in April and things have slowed down. So let's look at one other thing. We already kind of combed the Easter thing. Let's look at good old logbooks because I find that people usually don't look at these. So we're first going to do two things. We're going to separate log and book, and then we're going to put them together. And you're going to see that there's a big difference in what kind of titles come up when we search logbooks. So never forget that there's different ways to search certain keywords. So make sure you exhaust every single way because some more ideas might be generated when you come up with the second version of spelling out that book. So this one, let's make sure the monthly revenue's in line. Yes. And you can see that these logbooks are making a heck of a lot of money. At the same time, they don't have that much competition. So this is the garden journal. It's obviously spring. It's time to get out there, get your green thumb going. And if you don't have a green thumb, if you have a black thumb like me, well, I'm sorry, don't get any plants in that case. We also got the automotive maintenance logbook and my incubating adventures chick hatching logbook. So this is like really interesting. Right, a chick hatching logbook. Who in the hell would think that that would even work out? The ultimate log cabin quilt book, and we have the baby eat, sleep, and poop journal because who doesn't love a good fart, shart, or take a dump book? Even babies love it. Parents love to buy it about their babies. And then we have the hairstylist client logbook. So a lot of these logbooks are fantastic to look at. The diabetes one, the blood pressure, the shit I can't remember anything password logbook. And the reason I'm mentioning that is while they aren't that popular, they do bring in a steady stream of evergreen income. And it's just interesting to see what type of logbooks are selling well during the Easter period or during April. The Forex trading logbook is selling pretty well. It's one whole sale or maybe two sales, but still, how much people are really competing for that particular keyword, the Forex trading logbook. And at the same time, it doesn't have very good reviews, which means you can improve upon it. So the bird watching logbook, the FPL firearms license logbook, and the personal stat basketball players journal logbook, that also sold one. So a lot of interesting ones that you can grab from here. Here's a CrossFit Journal, although I think it is illegal to use a CrossFit. It's trademark infringing to use that in your title. And here's the trading logbook. So that is a good idea of what is in logbook. We'll combine this once more and I'll show you the differences of what comes up and then we'll call it a video. So you can just see to always be looking at different versions of the keyword. Here we have the vegetable garden planner journal and logbook, the ultimate bookkeeper's logbook, IBS logbook, the 7 rules of life book. And then we've got a 3-year planner. And again, another vegetable planner. So it seems like vegetable planners are all the rage. Again, another can't remember book, as well as a chess logbook and Explore Your World Geocaching for Kids. I have no idea what the hell that is. Geocaching, no clue, but it sold one book. Here we have the Seattle Journal, something Washington composition book logbook. Some of these are so strange, but again, some of these are so one-off that it'd be interesting to see if they actually continue to sell. Here's an options trading's journal. So options trader can keep that. We've seen a lot of traders. We've seen a lot of different types of traders. I would probably do a cryptocurrency traders one. Here's again a shit I forgot one and a password logbook. And the main reason I would do a cryptocurrencies one is because it's all the rage lately. And you can really differentiate the cover because there are certain terms that crypto or hodlers say. So there was one for those of you that understand what I'm even saying. The rest of you might think I'm making up shit, but I'm really not. It's really terminology that crypto traders use. So other than that, let me know what questions and comments you have for the April Niche Ideas video and any future Niche Ideas video. I always personally answer any questions you guys put below, but thanks so much for watching and I'll see you on the next video.